Hi, everybody. My name is Tremo. In 10 lines, we're innovating the parking lot striping industry by developing autonomous parking lot striping robots. Each and every one of you is using parking lots in one or the other way, and the lines on the asphalt are a necessity to be able to park cars correctly. If you will see Amazon deliver packages with a horse, you will be questioning if this is a good business. Well, I was having the same kind of questions over the years as an owner of the striping company that stripes about half of the parking lots in this country. The problem of striping parking lots is that it is completely manual work. About 70% of the time is spent on measuring and pre-marking, and only the rest on actual line painting. Our solution to this problem is an autonomous parking lot striping robot. It doesn't require any pre-marking or measuring, and it stripes parking lots up to 7 times faster using one operator instead of a team of 3 to 4 people. My co-founder Janno and I, together with our team of engineers, have decided to bring this much-needed innovation to the striping industry. With Janno's background in technology, machine learning, and robotics, and mine in the industry and business, we make a great team to bring striping to the future. We're going to rent our robot to the striping companies for $3,000 a month. Our target market is US. We have 5 LOIs from Florida and many more companies waiting to start using our robots. The market size in US is about 800 million parking spaces that are being striped annually for about $6 billion. At the moment, we have a ready proof of concept robot that we just used to paint the first lines for our first paying customer. We also won Prototype Challenge, and we're using the 25,000 euros to build our full-size robot. In the future, we're going to be expanding to deciding fields like airports, harbors, roads, but we believe that the lines on the asphalt are going to be smart. They're going to be communicating with both people, but also autonomous vehicles. Patterns, codes, and materials of the lines are going to be an important part of smart city solutions. Information about line condition data is going to be vital for autonomous navigation, self-driving cars, but also for traffic safety and knowing exactly when is the right time to stripe the lines again. We're currently raising an investment round of 400,000 euros. We have a little more than half committed. This will take us to 5 robots rented out to our clients in the US and annually recurring revenue of 180,000 euros. Let's go ahead and innovate the striping industry together. Thank you.
And the questions from the jury.
Is there any competition?
I'm sorry?
Is there any competition?
Yes and no. There are a few robots that have been built to stripe football fields. These are the closest things to our solution. Current competition are the old school machines that are being pushed manually.
Why are you focusing on parking when so many cities are actually trying to reduce the number of spaces that they're giving to parked cars?
Well, the cities are trying to reduce the number of cars parking, but then again, autonomous vehicles need to park somewhere, and autonomous vehicles require more precise and fresher lines. So for a long time, the need for accurate and fresh striping is going to actually increase.
Thank you. Tell me, what kind of person will succeed at your company?
What kind of
person will succeed at your company?
I believe it's a combination of somebody who wants to actually innovate something and somebody who is willing to go the length and go ahead and put the effort and believe in the vision.
One question from here. What's the cost of building the product and like the business model you have at the moment, rental business model, why is this to succeed over the client actually paying for their product?
Well, first of all, we're renting it $3,000 a month. Today, the teams are working with 2 to 4 people. Average cost in the US, 3,000 to 4,000 per person for the company. We are going to increase the productivity significantly, so it's a good deal for the striping companies. We're building the robot between $10,000 and $15,000 a piece, so the client is going to pay for the production and the sales within 4 to 6 months.
But why wouldn't they buy it themselves?
I'm sorry?
Why wouldn't they buy it themselves?
Well, technically, we could also sell the product, but we see that on one hand, we are developing the product. We're trying to keep the relation with the customers. When we start out with our service, in the early phase, it's really important to be close to the clients. So instead of asking, I don't know, $70,000 for a machine, we're going to be with them and rent it.
How you're going to enter the market? What's the strategy in the US?
Well, first of all, we have started out building connections and pipeline in the US. We have, as I mentioned, 5 LOIs from the clients, but also we have a pipeline with much more companies who are eagerly waiting to see the machine working and to start using it. We have directly approached clients at the moment, but the industry is usually buying from large expos and large trade shows that happen annually and semi-annually. So these are the main channels.
What are the plans around profitability when you're planning to have it?
Well, as I mentioned, the client is going to technically pay off the production of the machine within 4 to 6 months. By the end of the year, we're going to have already decent profit per unit. Obviously, in the first few years, we are going to invest the margin to the development of the company, but we're aiming to hit about around 40 robots by the end of 18 to 24 months, and that would already generate an annual recurring revenue of about 150,000 euros. And that's also when we could be profitable, but we are going to keep building the business to scale faster.
Thank you, Juri, for the questions, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I think Stripey is also leaving the stage. No, this will not work. Let's get Stripey off the stage right now. Thank you. And moving forward to our next team. Oh, something is happening. Stripey is stealing my thunder right now. What is this? All right. I can feel the energy in the room, by the way, exactly as last night at the after party. So let's give Stripey and Tarmo another big applause. Woo! All right, so next up, if you watched Ajujaht on TV, you remember the guys in pink t-shirts. Pagerr is coming up next and Rudolf, but they are also saving the planet, reducing paper waste. So let's hear from Rudolf. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rudolf, the founder and CEO of Pagerr. And this year we have already saved 100 trees by printing on empty area of print plate. 8 years ago, I started with my publishing company, and I have been working together with print houses across Baltics. Once, a CEO of print house told me, "Hey, we are throwing away 200,000 euros worth of paper every single year. Do you have any ideas what we could print there?" And I was thinking like, I will never have so many great product ideas myself. So that's why we started with Pagerr. On a print sheet, there is always some areas uncovered. And what we do is we allow customers to order printables there. So within the same production circle, the goods will be printed by the first print house who has this empty capacity. 2 main benefits why to use Pagerr. First, it's up to 4 times cheaper because we use leftovers. Secondly, it's the greenest print option possible. Our target customers are companies with high print volume of small-sized items. For example, for Estonian retailer Maxima, we lowered price 2 times and saved them 20,000 euros a year. A year ago, we finished our first demo and won the JCI biggest hackathon organized in Estonia. We're also proud winners of Ajujaht, a Shark Tank-like TV show in Estonia. And past 3 months have been a very great growth. We have grown month over month twice and achieved 20K sales last month. Just a few days ago, we launched integration with Omniva, which allows you to order printing and also direct mailing in one place. We analyzed our partner print houses' jobs and saw that 10% of the whole material that goes in is being wasted and we can use it. Based on that, we saw that Estonian market size is 10 million. In Germany, 400 million euros, from which 100 million could be overcut. But what's more important, over 4 million trees can stay growing in the forest. And that's what motivates us the most. We have an experienced team who has been working together with previous projects, including my brother Toivo, who is here in the audience, and also Siim, who is being the architect of Verif and also in Experts Digital. Currently, we are looking investment in amount of 200,000 euros in order to achieve 1 million in sales next year. I'm Rudolf from Pagerr, and let's save the paper which otherwise goes to waste. Thanks.
Hi, thank you. I love that you're using waste, but the print and the direct mail industry is being reduced as we all look to use less and less paper. So you have some impressive numbers for the market size up there today. What do those numbers look like 5 to 10 years from now?
Thank you for this question. In printing sector, there is changes on the market, what we see. From one side, the advertisement and also publishing sector, this is decreasing in a way. But the packaging and labeling industry, this is growing rapidly. And we have several customers in this field. For example, we have manufacturers who need labels, packaging, and so on. So there we see huge potential.
Thank you.
How easy for print house to connect to your platform?
Thank you. So we have been working together with several print houses in Estonia, and also we have done pilots in Germany. And we see that it's quite easy for them. So within a few weeks, they can start using our platform. We can show them, make the demo, and they can make the first test and go live.
Thank you. What's the long-term vision for the company?
Thank you for this question. I'm very much passionate about really bringing the value and really saving the paper, which currently goes to waste. And I really want to give the biggest impact I can do. So, and also, of course, there are several big companies in field of printing, automation, and also in the marketplace sides who could be our strategic partners.
What is the business model? So you are selling software, platform, marketplace. Where's the money? Your money.
Thank you. So our customer is the company who needs printables, and they go and order online. We take about 25–30% cut, and print houses earn money out of it.
Who is your ideal customer? How do you select them?
With
ideal customer.
Ideal customer?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So today, based on what we have done, our ideal customers are these companies who have this recurring demand of these small-sized items. For example, Maxima is a very ideal customer, as they need every month a lot of these price tag shields to be printed. So we have more time there. We can be more flexible in the print times, and also it's repeating order. So that's an ideal customer for us.
Any other questions? No, we're good then. Thank you, Rudolf.
Thank you.
Good, you guys. Thank you. Like I said, we listened to 50 pitches in the pre-finals, and there was a team that I really remembered. They're called Tremo. They're going to be up next. And why they're so memorable, they had this slide with like superwoman with all PhDs. So welcome the super lady Liga on stage to pitch Tremo. Woo!
Imagine having a life-altering condition and waiting 2 years to get diagnosed, and still having a 35% chance that the diagnosis will be wrong. This is a reality for 7 to 8 million people worldwide suffering from Parkinson's disease, which is unfortunately often mixed with another disease called essential tremor or other tremors. That results in billions of healthcare costs being wasted and people still suffering. The reason for that is that currently diagnostics is based on doctor's manual assessment. The observation takes up to 2 years, and the error rate is extremely high. The only medical test available is a radioactive, takes up to 7 hours, and costs 2,000 to 5,000 euros, which means it's not available to everybody. That's why we have created Tremo. By means of a simple test performed on a medical device, Tremo is able to measure frequency, severity, and types of tremor, and thus differentiate between Parkinson's disease, essential tremor, and other tremors. Tremo is fast, non-invasive. In fact, it's democratizing access to accurate diagnosis because we offer it at a cost only a fraction compared to existing alternatives. So far, we have a working prototype ready, tested on 400 people. We received pre-seed investment this year, and 3 hospitals in Baltics are willing to test. As for next steps, we plan to complete clinical tests, achieve CE mark, and then prepare for production and launch in 2022. Our business model is based on sales of tests, complemented by sales of machinery and integration costs. There's 10 million new patients with tremor in the world every year. Our target is to test 1.3 million of them and reach 0.3 billion euros of sales per year at maturity. Please meet our experienced business and scientific team. As you can see, quite much women power here. And in fact, several of us work together for 7 years already. We are here today to ask for seed investment, medical advisory board, and pilot partners. I'm Liga from Tremo, and I welcome you to join us in helping people to live longer and better lives. Thank you.
Thank you. If I can start. So the problem is clearly there, and there are like large medical device manufacturers probably also focusing on that, and many other players. So what actually sets you apart among your competition and also very large players that are looking at the problem?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, from officially available tests is the one which we presented. It's DATSCAN by GE Healthcare, which is a radioactive marker, so its basic action mechanism is totally different. If we look from the newcomers in the field, and of course there's many trying to enter, so far what we are able to do, and nobody else is able to do, is able to separate the tremor which one is able to control and one which is one not able to control.
Thank you. You are raising now 500,000 seed funding. How much you will need until launch in 2022?
That money is expected to take us to launch in test markets, which would be primarily in Baltics and Scandinavia, maybe one market.
Thank you. The clinical studies is quite a difficult passage to go through. What do you see as the greatest risk or challenge in your timeline?
The thing is actually that our machine would be class 1 registration, which means that clinical trials as such are not needed for registration, but we definitely do need them to get the confidence in doctors and to prove that our concept works. So that's why basically we see that we would start with the tests this year, already in autumn, if COVID allows us, and then it would take round about, expectation is half a year, maximum 1 year, till getting the data, depending on how quickly we can get the patients with specific diagnosis.
Thank you. How do you drive the innovation and the new product cycles?
I'm sorry, once again?
How do you drive the innovation?
With existing product. Yeah. So thank you for the question. At the moment, we do have a working prototype ready. However, it's still far from our vision, what it should be, because at the moment, it's basically the doctor would need to, or we would need to, as a lab, manually read the results and do the diagnostics. Our plan is actually to also gather the data as we test people and to develop artificial intelligence solutions. The machine would get more precise by itself and to be able to diagnose more precisely and accurately, just like automatically already.
What's the current accuracy?
Sorry?
Current level of accuracy. You did 400 tests.
Basically, we don't have like a precise number at this point. We plan to determine in clinical tests, which would be started this year. So far, we have tested it on 400 people to be able to draw the pattern, and we clearly saw that the machine is able to draw a pattern between Parkinson's disease, essential tremors, healthy patient, and other tremors. These other tremors we are not able to differentiate right now. We are just able to say that this is something else.
All right, thank you for the questions. And now we have to move on. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. We are ready to move on to the next one. We have Arthur. He has just arrived today. Actually, he said he came from Latvia with a scooter. Is that correct? Atom Mobility and Arthur is ready to pitch. So let's give him a warm, warm welcome.
Thank you. Great intro. Hello, guys. My name is Arthur. I am CEO and founder of Atom Mobility. Shared mobility so far has penetrated largest cities in the world. But in fact, while largest shared mobility operators focusing on top-tier cities, 500 million people in 3,000 cities have no access to any shared mobility services. No scooters, no bikes, no mopeds, no such cool services that we are so used to here in Tallinn or Riga. And this is exactly why we are building Atom Mobility. With Atom, we are empowering entrepreneurs to launch their own vehicle sharing business just in 20 days. It's suitable for scooters, for bikes, for cars, and even for forklifts. Our technology takes away all the technological headache, so our customers can focus on main marketing and operations. We take away all the technological headache, and we help them to launch in 20 days with fully customizable software. And we're not only providing them with the dashboards, admin panels, and apps, and integrations, of course, we also help them to understand the data and understand how they can allocate vehicles to match the demand and generate maximum potential of the revenue. The more data we collect, the clever suggestions we can recommend to them. As a mobility platform, our business model is very simple. We charge a one-time setup fee and a small fee per ride. So this pricing model allows our customers to start small and scale really easily. Shared mobility markets is growing really rapidly. It's about 30% year over year, and right now it's 50 billion euros. And in the next 5 to 10 years, we expect to grow it to 300 billion euros. As you may see, this is a hyper growth, and this growth will result in approximately 15,000 companies operating in the mobility space. And guess what? All of them will need software. And that's our goal. We will provide 1,000 companies with our software in the next 5 years. This will allow us to generate approximately 20 million euros in annual recurring revenue. But we already have a good results to prove this opportunity. In the last 10 months, we scaled for just few customers and a few thousand euros to more than 20 customers in 13 countries and more than 50,000 euros in monthly sales. And we're not planning to stop there. We're a team of second-time founders, and we work together more than 7 years, and we know how to scale and build technology. And right now, we're on a good track to scale our technology from where we are right now to another 100 cities. To do that, we're looking for additionally 150,000 euros to invest in B2B marketing and sales and find those entrepreneurs that are looking to find their own software for a vehicle sharing business. With Atom, we are on a mission to bring shared mobility even to the smallest cities. Support us and help to bring this future faster. Thank you. My name is Arthur. I'm CEO and founder of Atom Mobility.
Do you support certain type of hardware, or how does it work? Do you only some specific type of scooters, or just explain the hardware part?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So we mostly on a software part, and then we have a lot of integrations with different IoT devices, with different hardware manufacturers. So basically, right now we support approximately 2,000 different types of vehicles, including cars, forklifts, mopeds, scooters. Basically, there are no much limitation in what type of vehicles we support. However, as we are in the market, we sometimes just refer our customers to one other producer or manufacturer, so they can get straightforward to the manufacturer, order the vehicles, and we know that we'll be able to support it.
All sorts of sharing platforms and businesses are pretty competitive. So your customer base is actually in a very competed market typically. How do you see them, or let's say, have you studied their lifespan in a way? How long are they around?
Yeah, it's a good question. And since the micromobility market is still young, it's like 3-4 years, not more. It's still an open question that we need to discuss. Right now, from our understanding and what we see from, let's say, our last 10 months of operations, we see that some of our companies, customers that operate, they're even beating the larger guys. But then if we calculate how many rides per day each vehicle is generating, which is placed on the street. So there are no straight answer which way is better, to have a small fleet and make it profitable, or to scale it, but then you'll scale the cost. And that's one aspect. The other aspect, a lot of our customers have a VINA grant, a permit in the city, so they are locked down in the city, so nobody can enter this. Especially it's in Germany, it's a very popular way of entering the market, and in Italy.
Thank you. I have 2 questions. First question is there any seasonality in your business? And a second question is, what's the end game will look like for a company and for an investor?
Sure. So seasonality, sure there is, but since we have customers in Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, also Middle East and Africa, for us it's basically blended and balanced. Of course, sometimes because we have more, let's say, Italy, Germany, Spain, sometimes we have more rides in the summer, a little bit less on the winter, but for us not critical, let's say 10-15%, because on the contrary, we have customers in South Africa, in Saudi Arabia, and let's balance the revenues of ours. Regarding the second question, so right now we are on good track to really scale from where we are right now in 13 countries to, let's say, approximately 100 new cities. So that's our, let's say, first goal. And from that, I see the clear path to 1,000 companies. And once we are in 1,000 cities or 1,000 companies, we will be one of the leading providers for the sharing industry. And that's where it's really become interesting, because we will be very interesting acquisition target for all the major players in the shared mobility space, including scooters and all-style car sharing businesses. So it's very interesting from that perspective as well. But of course, we're still trying to be profitable, and we are profitable at the moment. So we basically finance our growth. So that means that we have plenty of time to think about how we will plan our future.
Thank you for the questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur. Come on, these guys are pitching for 200,000 euros. How are they feeling right now? You gotta give them a little bit more love. Woo! And we have reached our last pitcher today. It is Kalev from Adact, or Caleb, as his New York friends call him. He did say to me he's very excited to pitch today, because last year he was just sitting in the audience looking at the pitches himself, unemployed, and solving a Rubik's Cubic. Is that what you do at startup conferences? See, it pays off to work for 365 days and now be pitching your own startup as a finalist. So let's welcome Caleb.
Hi, my name is Caleb, or Kalev, and I'm the CEO and founder of Adact. Brands and companies are actually moving their entire marketing budget from offline to online pretty aggressively. And those who manage to differentiate themselves from others and manage to bring the cost per acquisition as low as possible, they are the companies who are going to win this race. Luckily, we know exactly today which kind of marketing works best for which purposes. I know it from firsthand because I've created and participated in the marketing of some of the largest companies in the world, like Verizon or Volkswagen, Keurig. And the key word to tie it all together is interactiveness. Interactive marketing campaigns and interactive marketing is something that is done by hand, from scratch. It takes an entire development team and project management team of more than a month of work to create something that has been created before, 10 years before them, and will be created 10 years after them, because it works. There is literally no reason to create it again from scratch, and then again, and then again, and then again. Same exact thing. So instead, you can now use Adact. Adact is a platform for online creative, online interactive campaigns where brands and media agencies can create dozens of different interactive campaigns, which have all proven to work without writing a single line of code. Using our platform, you can launch the same thing in less than a day, just 1 to 2 people and barely any budget. And why would you care? Because the numbers speak for themselves. They're more than 16 times more effective in the engagement length, which translates into higher conversion, and also more than 10 times lower cost per lead. Looking at our own case study, it took less than an hour to create something that generated almost 10,000 leads with 8 cents on the lead. Of course, they told us marketing budgets are the first to be cut, so our business is in danger. Truth is, companies are looking for cost-effective ways that generate results. And that's why we started selling exactly when Corona hit. And we didn't stop selling at a single moment. And now we're here at around 3,000 euros MRR with enough paying clients from all over Scandinavia with just 6 months after writing the first lines of code. We are lucky to have competitors, of course, but we're excited to be different because we help our customers to make decisions. We know what are some decisions that have to be made, and we don't expect our clients to have this knowledge. That's we are helping them, and we can actually measure that by the effectiveness of using our software versus our competitors. It's just 8 times more efficient. The team consists of 5 people working side by side, 100% commitment, covering sales, development, marketing, everything that is required for a strong team. And together, we're raising 250,000 euros to start conquering Europe by 2021. So thank you. My name is Kalev, and I'm CEO and founder of Adact.
Can I ask? Thank you.
Thank you.
Your clients, is it the large commercial agencies out there, or is it the advertising agencies?
What was the first option?
The sort of the Elise, the large corporates out there that are going B2C, or is it advertising agencies that you're going to?
So thank you. I would say our ideal customer and our ideal actually existing customers are actually media agencies and creative agencies because they can use our software to create something that adds value and makes their clients unique, and then they can sell whatever they made using our product to their own clients.
Thank you.
How about the content? You need content for marketing. Who's creating the content?
So the only content, thank you. The question is who's creating the content. Currently, we have around 14 different interactions. So the mechanic side is taken care of. It includes trivias, quizzes, and everything like that. Content is actually I would say 10% of the required work. You will need one designer to create the banners, and then the contents of which questions would you ask in a trivia game, that's on the client. We do not want to do any consulting.
Thank you. Regarding your expansion plan, definitely you need to recruit some new talents. How do you find, develop, and elevate the talents and bring the very best out of them?
I have my own philosophy that I want to uphold the entire time that I'm running a business, which is I will never hire anyone. I will always hire the people who are smarter than me. As Kadi Tuisk before said, she's lucky to be the dumbest person in the room, in her own words. That's what I aim to do as well. Also, the other thing that I do is I trust the people that I know are professionals in their field. And I'm not gonna... I trust the skill set and the evaluation to people who are qualified to make that adjustment or evaluation.
If you win this competition, how will you use the money?
Thank you. We have 3 major R&D projects that we want to achieve within the next 18 months. I can discuss it later, mostly regarding automation on the marketing side. So around 60% of it, around 60% of it will be on development, around 20% will be on sales, and the rest 20 in company expenses. Actually, we have already in works the entire development part and the legal part, all the contracts and pricing is already ready.
And how your results will look like?
By the end of this. So we currently calculate that if we close we have 18 months runway, by the end of that time, we're aiming to have around 75K MRR.
What is the most challenging task at the moment that you are facing?
Good question. The most challenging part is we're trying to show the results. We're trying to show that this works, but people are not all familiar. I am actually very surprised how few marketers are able to make those analytical decisions and see the leads and see the numbers and conversions and calculate them. And one of our main selling points is that we will increase those numbers. So it's about convincing and proving the results to our customers. And once they actually see them themselves, then it's an easier sell.
I think the questions are up. Thank you.
Thank you.